Today in Madden 23, I am taking 32 all-time college football rosters and putting them into an NFL franchise to see which college football team can win the Super Bowl. And not only are we going to have current NFL players representing their college teams, we're also going to have all-time legend Hall of Famers from the NFL and just legends for those colleges representing their teams. For example, a guy like Champ Bailey representing Georgia 99 overall, Jalen Ramsey Mahomes, current day players representing their colleges, Troy Polamalu, Mercedes Lewis, Reggie White out of Tennessee, Emmitt Smith out of Florida, Jason Witten, and the list just goes on and on. I think this is Reggie Bush for USC as well. I did not make this roster, however. I downloaded it on PS5, and I will show you all how to get this roster at the end of the video. But if you see spelling errors and players' names and stuff like that, I did not make this roster, so just want to let you know. And now I'm going to give you all a chance to take a look at your college rosters. Pause the videos if you want to go in depth. I'm going to go team by team. Now, obviously, these players are going to be representing NFL teams just because that's how it works in NFL franchise mode in Madden. But every single team is going to be a different college, so that's how we're going to identify them. But obviously, they have to be identified in the game by their NFL team. So we have Nebraska as the Cardinals, the Chargers are Oklahoma, the Chiefs are Florida State, and so on. The Colts are Texas, the Commanders are Texas A&M, Cowboys are Texas Tech with Patrick Mahomes, Dolphins are USC, the Eagles are Ohio State, the Falcons are Alabama, the 49ers are Michigan, the Giants are Tennessee, the Jaguars are Auburn, the Jets are Baylor. And when I go ahead and I take a look at the standings for this video, and we take a look at what teams are going to be making the playoffs, I will, next to the team name in the NFL, give you the college team name. That way you guys can follow it a little bit better. But just try to remember your college team's NFL representative to make things a lot easier. But I will try my best to make that as easy for you as possible. Penn State is the Rams, the Ravens are Notre Dame, the Saints are UCLA, the Seahawks are North Carolina, the Steelers are Washington, the Texans are Wisconsin, two teams left, the Titans are TCU, and the Minnesota Vikings are going to be Iowa State. And the first team I want to jump in here with for this all-time college season in week 1 is the Atlanta Falcons that are going to be Alabama. Alabama's NFL representative is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. Looks like they're taking on the Saints, who are actually UCLA, and they got the first score on the Alabama defense, so surprised about that. Very curious to see how things shake up. But Mac Jones is going to be the quarterback for Alabama. You have guys like Julio Jones. You're going to have Jerry Jeudy. You're going to have Devontae Smith. You're going to have a ton of great wide receivers. Amari Cooper, Sean Alexander in the backfield, Derrick Henry. Ton of great players for Alabama. They're definitely one of the favorites in here, but they're the top college football program, I would say, of all time. So we'll see what they could do when they go 3-0. But because I was talking so much, we're going to give Alabama one more shot at it. They're backed up all the way down to their 12. And then after this, we'll probably go ahead and we'll take a look at one more team in week 1. Then we're going to skip probably about halfway through the season, see who's leading into all these divisions and who has a chance at the playoffs. But I'm very excited to read your comments. I want to know who you think is going to win this entire thing. Who do you think is taking home the Super Bowl championship with these college alumni teams? In the comments down below, and don't cheat. I personally don't watch a lot of college football. I'm not going to lie. Usually only tune in. And Julio Jones, hold on a second, is going to go all the way. Julio Jones all the way for a 75-yard touchdown. Now, that is what I love to see. But if I get some things wrong with these teams, don't blame me in the comments. I don't watch a lot of college football, but what a touchdown by Julio Jones. This is prime Julio. The other team I wanted to come check out might have the best college football season of all time, and that's the LSU Tigers with Jamar Chase, Jefferson, Joe Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Leonard Fournette now on this team, Odell, Jarvis Landry. This team is absolutely stacked. Another one of the favorites to win this thing. Joe Burrow on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. He's got his man. And he's going to be down to the 47-yard line. Burrow went to Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that one for a huge pickup, and it looks like they're facing North Carolina. And I'm not going to lie, I know nothing about North Carolina college football. Absolutely nothing. And Justin Jefferson going to get the ball, and he's not going to rush it for any yards. 2nd and 10. You got Chase and Jefferson with X Factor. Joe Burrow as well. This time he's going to go to Jamar Chase, and Chase, fighting for extra yards, gets to the 39. 3rd and 2 for Joe Burrow. Going to give the ball to the running back, and it's going to be Falk, who's only going to pick up 1. Let's see if they go for this. And it looks like LSU is going to have to try to settle for 3. Is the kick going to have enough leg? It's going to go off the goalpost and out. Right now, through week 7, on top of the AFC, we have the Dolphins, who are USC. We have the Browns that are representing Miami, the Bills that are representing Oregon, and the Chargers that are representing Oklahoma. As for the NFC, we have the Saints representing UCLA, the Giants representing Tennessee, the Eagles representing Ohio State, and the Falcons, obviously we talked about them earlier, we saw them in action, Alabama. Taking a look at the passing yardage leaders through 7 weeks right now, we have Mahomes at the top of this list. Not really surprised about that. 2,319 yards, 16 touchdowns, 1 pick. That is insane. We have Mac Jones representing Alabama. Johnny Manziel is here representing Texas A&M. That's pretty cool. We have Kirk Cousins from Michigan State and Matt Leinart for USC. Running the ball for USC at the top right now is Marcus Allen with 750, just about 8 touchdowns. Ricky Williams for Texas. We have Lawrence Phillips for Nebraska, Alvin Kamara for Tennessee, and Adrian Peterson for Oklahoma. For the receiving yardage leaders, we have Michigan's Anthony Carter. We have Quinn Early from Iowa. We have Frank Sanders from Auburn, Robert Ferguson for Texas A&M, and Bobby Ingram for Penn State. And at the end of the regular season, the Dolphins representing USC get the bye in the AFC. The Broncos and LSU get the 2 seed. The Browns and Miami get the 3. The Colts and Texas are in. The Chargers and Oklahoma are in. The Ravens and Notre Dame are in. And the Bengals and Florida are in. In the NFC, I said Alabama has to be a favorite, and they get the bye in the NFC going 15-2. The Cardinals and Nebraska are 12-5. They're in as the 2 seed. The Eagles and Ohio State are in. The Saints and UCLA. The Giants and Tennessee, the Bears and Clemson, and Cowboys and Texas Tech. Mahomes led the NFL in passing yards with 5,486 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 8 picks. Matt Leinart, though, had a great season with 49 touchdowns, 8 picks. Kirk Cousins from Michigan State played very well. Johnny Manziel played pretty good for Texas A&M. And Mac Jones with 47 touchdowns, 8 picks. He can win MVP. The rushing champion is going to be Ricky Williams out of Texas with 1,633 yards, 6 more than Marcus Allen with 15 touchdowns. Marcus Allen, though, 19 touchdowns. Kamara with 22 touchdowns. Derrick Henry with 24 for Alabama. And then LaDainian Tomlinson with 1,391 yards and 8 touchdowns for TCU. Anthony Carter had himself a season, 300 plus more receiving yards than the next best, as Plaxico Burress gets 1,624 for Michigan State, but 19 touchdowns for Carter. He's got to be Offensive Player of the Year. Bobby Ingram, CeeDee Lamb for Oklahoma, and Keyshawn Johnson for USC round out the top 5. And Junior Seau winds up leading the league in sacks with 24.5. And the interceptions champion for this year is going to be Patrick Surtain II with 7 interceptions. And Matt Leinart is going to win MVP for USC going 15-2 with Mac Jones right behind him, and Tim Tebow is 3rd going 10-7. And here is your playoff bracket for the college football alumni teams. And the matchup we're going to jump into here in the wild card round is going to be the Colts and the Chargers representing Oklahoma and Texas. And here we go. The Chargers represent Oklahoma. The Colts represent Texas. For anybody who hasn't been following, and Ricky Williams, no surprise, gets the first carry but loses 3 yards. Texas is going to get the ball into Oklahoma territory here. 2nd and 5 from their 47. Here comes pressure over the middle. It's incomplete. Oklahoma looking to take over here on a 3rd and 5. Can they get pressure home? Here comes the pressure off the edge, but it's a completion as long as he's in bounds. And he is. Vince Young with the completion to Shipley. And inside the red zone now at the 16-yard line. The pitch once again to Ricky Williams didn't work great at the beginning of the game. This time picks up 3. Long opening drive for Texas. Can they finish it with a touchdown? Vince Young throwing off his back foot, scrambling, and that one's going to be incomplete. And now we jump into Super Sim in a high-scoring game with Texas up 7 against Oklahoma, but Oklahoma ties it. Oklahoma with a chance to take the lead. We were going to jump in, but it looks like Texas actually got the ball. And with Texas being 3rd and 1 from Oklahoma's 22, they pick up a 1st down. They do. Ricky Williams will get that. All they have to do is take the clock all the way down and kick a game-winning field goal. I believe this is Justin Tucker, and Justin Tucker doesn't miss. So Justin Tucker should be sending Texas into the next round, and he does with that kick. And the 4 teams we have left on the AFC side of things: Dolphins representing USC, the Broncos representing LSU, the Colts representing Texas, and the Ravens representing Notre Dame. And on the NFC side of things, it's the Falcons who are representing Alabama, the Cardinals representing Nebraska, Eagles representing Ohio State, and the Bears representing Clemson. And the next game we're jumping into is USC and Notre Dame. We're starting off with USC and Matt Leinart, the college football MVP for this season, and Marcus Allen's going to get a carry. The Dolphins were just playing great this year, and that's going to be a throw caught by the receiver, going all the way down. It's going to be a touchdown for USC. All it took was 3 plays, and it's Robert Woods with the touchdown. And it looks like USC is dominating Notre Dame right now, 38-20. Notre Dame making it close at the end, but USC is moving on to the next round. And the final 4 set the AFC Championship game. It's Dolphins USC versus the Broncos and LSU. And in the NFC, it's going to be Alabama versus Nebraska and the Cardinals. And we're going to go ahead and check out Alabama versus Nebraska. And so far, we've watched all 3 of these other teams in the championship games on offense except for Nebraska. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at them. And I'm not even going to lie, I don't really know a lot of players on Nebraska. if any, honestly, and that's going to be an interception by Alabama. That is not how you want to start it off. Real quick, everyone, before we get back into the video, only about 4% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed. If you're enjoying the content you're seeing, make sure to subscribe to the channel, but let's get back into the video. And when you turn it over against Alabama, they're going to make you pay. Already at the 10-yard line, we have Amari Cooper and Julio Jones out there. Not sure what other receivers are out there. Mac Jones, second in MVP this year, throws it away. You got Levante David on Nebraska as their X factor. Is that going to be enough right here? I don't know. Amari Cooper down at the 1. Do they go for this? Alabama gets a little aggressive here. 4th and goal. They go for it. And over the middle, wide open. It's going to be Calvin Ridley for the touchdown. Nebraska able to answer, though, after the interception. And the defenses on both sides are playing really good. We have a 10-7 game, 17-7 game right before the half. 17-14, Nebraska answers. They needed that. This is a tight game, tightest game I think so far. This is a tight game, 21-23, 28-23, and Nebraska has pulled off an upset in Atlanta against Alabama to go to the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl for the college football championship is between USC and Nebraska. And we start the Super Bowl with Nebraska's offense. They get the ball first, so we're jumping in with them. And it's going to be a called QB draw, and that's going to pick up good yardage. First play of the game, picking up 14 yards by Frazier. USC was one of the teams I thought could make it, and they are taking down Frazier right there. And because this is the last game of the college football season, who's winning the Super Bowl, college football championship, whatever you want to call it, right now it's a 7-7 game. Nebraska takes the lead. USC makes it 21-10, 21-13 Nebraska. USC. Matt Leinart's got to step up as the MVP, but it's 27-13 Nebraska, and Nebraska is going to win the college football championship, Super Bowl, whatever you want to call it. They win the season with all the college football alumni teams. And Nebraska are Super Bowl / college football champions. Super Bowl MVP is going to go to Tommy Frazier of Nebraska. Matt Leinart, like we said, won NFL MVP. Arthur Smith, aka Nick Saban, gets Coach of the Year for the Falcons. Anthony Carter, like we said, Offensive Player of the Year for Michigan. Junior Seau and USC gets a Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year doesn't really matter because these players aren't rookies. And I mentioned that if you want to download this roster, what you have to do is on PS5, I'm not sure if it's on different consoles, search the keyword CFB, then sort it by likes, and you're going to look for CFB Light Alumni Team. That's going to do it for the video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. In the comments down below, let me know what challenge, what video do you want to see next. Peace.